Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening when you put on one of these. Masks have become a regular part of life, and for many of us who are in the Midwest, we are just not from a culture that we're used to having a face covering. So it's really a big change in how we go about our lives. One of the things that I personally just hate, and this has nothing to do with breathing as far as the mask goes, is I'm a person who likes to see other people smile, and I like to send a smile too. And you do the best you can with your eyes, but it's just not the same whenever you're around people. You want to see their expressions. I mean, we really do count on expressions in our communication. And I guess the evidence would be, look at any text message. It probably has an emoji with almost every single text. So we are losing a lot, and this does create actually even a vagal response, and it keeps us from having that sense of calm when we see another person smile. So it's not a great thing for our society, and it's something where, I wouldn't wear one unless I really needed to, but hey, okay, but guess what? We're in a world where we need to wear these masks. So let's talk about how this works. So the thing I hear the most is, hey Jesse, I don't feel like I can breathe, or I wonder if this is something that's causing me harm because I'm wearing this mask all the time. What is it doing to my breathing? Well, first of all, the reason why you feel the need to breathe or you feel like you can't breathe is because what happens when you wear a mask is that when you exhale, you're exhaling carbon dioxide. And what happens is this mask is going to catch that carbon dioxide. Normally it's dispersed in the air that we're walking around in, and you don't have that buildup, but we have a buildup. So when I exhale into a mask and then I inhale, much of what I just exhaled, especially when it comes to that carbon dioxide, is inhaled again. Now, why is this an issue? Well, the whole reason why we feel the need to breathe is because our central governor in our brain is constantly trying to keep a balance. And the trigger for that need to breathe, the thing that our brain is really looking for, is a buildup of carbon dioxide. Now, I know a lot of times we think, well, I thought it's that I'm running low on oxygen. And it's actually a good thing it's not that, because if you were constantly running low on oxygen, you'd be in a really bad shape. If you just hold your breath, man, you're almost ready to pass out. No, what it is, and even whenever you hold your breath and you really feel like you need to breathe, you still probably have just regular oxygen saturation in your blood. What causes you to feel the need to breathe is carbon dioxide. You see, whenever our cells are creating cellular energy, we breathe in, right? We actually do take in oxygen, and our mitochondria take that oxygen and glucose, and this is a simplified version of how all the things are going on, but oxygen and glucose, and convert it into ATP, or cellular energy. Well, one of the byproducts of that process is carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide has to get out somewhere. And when we exhale that carbon dioxide. And what happens is the average Westerner has a low tolerance to carbon dioxide. And this is caused by a lot of different reasons. Some of them have to do with diet. Others have to do with what you do every day. A lot of it has to do with how you breathe, your breathing patterns, your posture, how things in your life affect your breathing pattern. There's a lot of things that will come into play, but the average person is breathing harder than they really have to. And that causes you to become very intolerant to carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is a gas that whenever we experience a higher level of it, we get anxiety, we feel like we're suffocating, which is obviously going to induce anxiety. And of course, when you're wearing a mask and you have a higher level of carbon dioxide than normal, well, you're going to feel that, right? You feel like, oh, I'm suffocating, oh, I'm having a hard time breathing. Well, in reality, there's no problems that are actually occurring. Carbon dioxide is not a harmful thing. It's just kind of knowing that your tolerance, you have more carbon dioxide than what you can tolerate. Now here is the good news though. When you wear a mask, you can choose to use this mask as a training device. So for athletic pursuits or just for simply reclaiming a healthy breathing pace, you can say to yourself, okay, I know that I'm not suffocating. I know that the reason why I feel this need to breathe in a greater degree is because I'm having more carbon dioxide in every breath. And I also know that I have probably a low tolerance to carbon dioxide. Now, what I can do is I can choose to huff and puff and breathe fast and freak out, or I can choose to try to relax and get a normal breathing pattern and try to breathe like I normally breathe when I don't have a mask on. And what that's going to do, it will, if you're breathing at the same pace as you normally would, you're going to be breathing in a little bit more carbon dioxide per every breath, and that will help you build a greater tolerance to carbon dioxide. Now, the benefits of this are enormous. One is that you're not going to sit there huffing and puffing all the time because you have a high tolerance or a low tolerance to carbon dioxide. If you breathe fast, if you're constantly breathing fast, then you're telling your autonomic nervous system, hey, I need to go into a state of fight or flight, because that is a trigger for fight or flight. So you're constantly making yourself nervous and anxious and all these things simply because you're breathing faster than you should. And that is even if maybe you're not wearing the mask. Many people sit there, they'll just sit in a chair and they're breathing faster than they would ever have to. And it's all because they have a low tolerance to carbon dioxide. Now, if you're like me, you have to go to the gym. When I go to the gym, I have to wear this. They don't let me into the gym without my mask. So what do? Well, I could complain and whine and just, I guess get real negative about it. Or I could look at it as, okay, cool. Not only am I going to train my muscles, I'm going to train my respiratory system. As I do these things that are providing a higher physiological load on my system and creating a greater need for oxygen and to expel carbon dioxide, I'm also going to deal with that carbon dioxide in a higher level. So when I'm dealing with that, I know and I can be happy, even though it may be a little uncomfortable, I can be happy knowing that I am working toward a better tolerance in my carbon dioxide tolerance. And so whenever eventually I take this off, I will have trained in a high carbon dioxide environment. So my regular breathing should be improved. I should be able to not have to huff and puff whenever I'm sitting in a chair, not doing anything. I should be able to breathe through my nose for just a little bit longer before I have to breathe through my mouth next time I go on a run. I should have at least a little bit more efficient respiratory system as a result of wearing a mask. Wearing a mask is not going to hurt your breathing mechanism. It's not hurting you at all. It actually can be to your benefit. All you have to do is really just think, I guess the hardest hurdle to overcome is having that intellectual knowledge of why I feel difficult time breathing, and then say, okay, I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to breathe like huff and puff. I'm going to really try to stay relaxed. And even though I feel that urge to breathe, I'm going to try to maintain a relaxed, normal breathing pattern so that I can get the benefits of a little bit higher amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, guys, so I hope that's been helpful to you. I hope that next time you go out and you have to put on the mask, oh man, you're not worried that you're going to suffocate, because that is not what's happening at all. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Pretty sweet snow angel.